Our Bible word is Psalm 123, verses 1 to 2. Unto you I lift up my eyes, O you who dwell in the heavens. Behold, as the eyes of servants look to the hand of their masters, as the eyes of a maid to the hand of a mistress, so our eyes look to the Lord our God, until he has mercy on us. So Psalm 123, it's part of the Great Hallel. In other words, those collection of praise psalms. Then the Great Hallel describes the Psalms 120 to 136. These were performed on pilgrimage. It's also one of the 15 Song of Ascents, and that refers to Psalms 120 to 134. These probably performed during the pilgrimage festivals as the people made their way up towards the temple. I mean, today that road is basically uncovered and excavated in Jerusalem. That went from the south of the city, from the pool of Siloam, and it went its way up all the way to the Temple Mount. So that's why it's also, Psalms are referred to the Song of Ascents, as people made their way up to the Temple Mount and the temple itself. Psalm 123 specifically, you can describe as an individual lament or a community lament. Of course, that's a particular genre of psalm where people lament that they are persecuted or they are oppressed. So they come to God pleading for help and intervention. You also have other psalms, psalms of praise. You have wisdom psalms, where it attempts to inculcate wisdom in the person who recites it, but meditating on God's law, etc., whatever may be. But yeah, it's a psalm of lament, individual or communal. And there are two main portions of this psalm. It's a short psalm. The first two verses is about this dependence on the Lord. People are dependent on the Lord for his help. And then the last two verses is about prayer for mercy, about God's help. So if we look on that dependence on the Lord, that's all our Bible word. Unto you I lift up my eyes, O you who dwell in the heavens. Behold, as the eyes of servants look to the hand of their masters, as the eyes of a maid to the hand of her mistress, so our eyes look to the Lord our God, until he has mercy on us. So servants or maids, they were totally dependent on their masters at this time for food, for clothing, for lodging, whatever it may be. They are in total subjection to their masters. Also, in a sense, God's people are in total subjection to him. They acknowledge he's the one in the throne, he's the Almighty One, and they are completely dependent on him for his help. He's in complete control. And so they are completely dependent, and that's why, as we'll see in the next verses, because God's people, they are oppressed and abused, they are treated with contempt. And that's the next two verses. That's where there's prayer for mercy. If we go to verse 3, have mercy on us, O Lord, have mercy on us, for we are exceedingly filled with contempt. What does it mean there? It does not mean they have contempt. It means they are treated with contempt. The people ridicule them. The rich, the powerful, they look down on them and abuse them. That's also what we find in verses 4. Our soul is exceedingly filled with the scorn of those who are at ease, with the contempt of the proud. So God's people they endure contempt, they are ridiculed, they are humiliated, they suffer humiliation from those who are at ease. In other words, the rich, the powerful, those who don't work the land for food, etc. I mean, they have many other people, they own big lands and all the crops and the profit of it comes to them. They live in their fancy houses and have easy lives. So it's these powerful, the rich, those who have easy lives, who have contempt for the poor, the lowly, for God's people, and who are humiliated, etc. So this is the individual psalm of lament, or even as the community, it's a plea for help to God. God, we are treated like this in a bad way. We are being humiliated and abused by the rich and powerful. And we come to you like your servants. We recognize our dependence on you, and we need your help.